It's abundantly apparent that there are a lot of people that are paid money to do jobs in media, and they don't actually do their job. They pussyfoot around, they make their sports reporting humorous, entertaining, the whole nine. But what they don't do is do their actual job. And I saw a video from a podcaster called The Lowlights. And this is a really cool channel because he has actually a few channels from what I've seen. He did a video about Shaq and exposing basically Shaq exposed himself that he doesn't watch the NBA. But yet Shaq is paid to watch the NBA. He's paid to talk about the NBA. He's paid to have knowledge of the NBA. Beyond the fact that he played, he's actually supposed to know the sport. I'm going to show you this video. Probably won't do the whole thing, but I'm going to show you parts of the video and you let me know what you think because I know what I think. And I know what this guy in the lowlights thinks because he tells you what he thinks. And I, in large part, agree with him. But let's play this video. Everyone, welcome back to another edition of Rudy's Rant, powered by Come On Out of the Podcast. This is Full Court Press, talking NBA college men's basketball, talking men's basketball. Full Court Press is a men's basketball edition of Rudy's Rant. So let's jump on in. For those of you who are new to the channel, please be sure to like, subscribe, follow, ring that bell. For those of you who are back again, I appreciate y'all. Leave a comment, like the video, all that good stuff. Let's get on to this video.
Shaq got exposed for not watching basketball, which we all kind of know. And this right here is a very interesting talking point because, of course, it's continuously building off of the rhetoric of how bad the NBA media has been. And if you ain't even had any question about it before, you certainly shouldn't really question yourself after right now because this brother Shaq, boy, it was ridiculous. It started with the Pistons. Carried over to Zion and what he did, and then a bunch of other media members got involved, and for whatever reason, we're trying to defend some of them just stupid stuff. But let's get into what exactly does Shaq have to say about the Detroit Pistons.
When I hear people say, "Oh, the NBA is boring," I go, "You're watching the same teams." Because if you put on the Detroit Pistons right now,
Oh, stop it. They're boring too.
no,
Bro, 4 games under 500.
they've won 7 in a row,
Whoopee freaking do.
and I don't think they're 4 games under 500.
All right, what are they?
I'm gonna look it up right now, and if you're right, I'm gonna be pissed. They're 6 games over 500. They've won 7 in a row. Cade Cunningham is balling.
You want to brag about a team that's 32 and 26?
Oh, you see how he moved the goalposts?
Yeah, stop it.
They were 10 games better than he thought.
That's not success.
They need to be 70-4.
40-20. You talk about it.
So we can only talk about 3 teams?
Bro, Detroit Pistons ain't winning enough championships. Stop it.
Well, no, but you want to know what the odds are if they did?
Amazing ad read right there. Oh my goodness. Round of applause. Amazing ad read. Yeah, you can clearly see Shaq, for whatever reason, is just shitting on a team that's up and coming, has a really great story, turned it around from one of the worst seasons in NBA history last year to a legit playoff unit this season and have been one of the better teams in the NBA over the last month and a half, maybe even 2. But instead of actually giving them praise, which is something that I do believe the Pistons are more than deserving of, especially if the bar in which we're talking about praise is simply how entertaining a team can be. Shout out to the host there trying to debunk this narrative that the NBA is so boring and it's simply because you watch the same teams over and over again. And then Shaq effectively turns around and openly admits, well, I'm only watching teams that are 40 and 20. Like, nigga, really? 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 You don't even know what the record is for him to even have these type of assessments of this team. First,
Let's talk about this real fast. I want to talk about this topic. So, of course, like I said, I completely agree with this commentary from the lowlights. The Detroit Pistons last season, not 2 years ago, not 3 years ago, not 5 years ago, last season, the Detroit Pistons had the worst record in the NBA. They were 14 and 68. Understand? 14 and 68. They finished 50 games behind the Boston Celtics. 5-0. 50 games. 50. At this moment, they are 37 and 31. They have improved it, and they still got 14 games left. They could lose the rest of their games and finish 37 and 45, and they would still finish 23 games ahead of where they were last year. That's not going to happen. But they could literally lose the rest of their season games and probably still make the playoffs as a play-in team. More than likely, because the Miami Heat right now is the 9, the Chicago Bulls are the 10, and they are 9 games ahead of those teams. 9. So they could lose every game and still finish in the top. Heck, they could lose every game potentially and still finish at number 6 in the East. That's how bad the East is. But even if you put them in the West, they would still be a play-in team right now as the 9 ahead of the Kings and the Mavericks. You don't watch basketball, Shaq. It's embarrassing. You only watch teams that are 40 and 20. Okay, so that means you watch the Lakers, the Grizzlies, the Nuggets, the Rockets, the Thunder, the Knicks, the Celtics, and the Cavs. You don't watch Giannis Antetokounmpo. You don't watch the Bucks. You don't watch the Pacers. You don't watch the Golden State Warriors. The Warriors are 39 and 28. I don't know if you know, but since Jimmy Butler got there, they're 15 and 1, 14 and 1. They were under 500 when Jimmy Butler got to town. So you weren't watching them, I presume. This is your definition. 40 and 20. If you're not 40 and 20, I'm not watching you. Well, that's any schmuck at a bar. You're paid millions to sit on a desk by TNT to actually watch these games, to actually know what the hell you're talking about. And instead, you don't. A team that's improved by 23 games, and you don't find it to be, with 14 left, and you don't find it to be a story. The Detroit Pistons are literally right now a game and a half out of the 4 seed. The 4. They're a game and a half behind the Milwaukee Bucks, who have Giannis and Dame Lillard on their team. They won't catch the Knicks, but they could arguably finish as a 4 seed with a good finish to their season. Let's continue this video.
First, it was, they're 4 games under 500. I don't know. I think the Pistons have been above 500 for most of the last, let me see real quick. So they were definitely below 4 games below 500 in the beginning part of the season. But let me see. This is November. So the last time they were 4 games below 500 or noticeably below 500 was in the beginning part of December. By the time we get to the end of December, basically they haven't been 4 games below 500 since December. January, February, we're now midway through March, and they went from a team that was 14 and 18, and right now they are 37 and 29. So instead of you sitting here talking about how good the Pistons have been over the past 2.5 months, instead of you trying to enjoy with who they are as a team, you effectively sit there and say, well, they're not 40 and 20, or they haven't hit the 40-20 rule. So now all of a sudden we don't need to talk about them because they are boring, which effectively, and this is the reason why that whole Charles Barkley statement that he made in the last video upload on this channel is null and void. It doesn't make any sense, because you are also a part of this group of media members who only talk about the same 2 or 3 teams. You literally share a desk with someone who is openly admitting that he's not going to talk about a team with a losing record or who he believes has a losing record, even if they don't have one. So yes, LeBron was right. He was 100% correct. You have media members out here who actively are just shitting on teams for no reason. And when you get the opportunity to talk about other teams, they do nothing more but lie on them, talk about how they're boring, and they have no idea what the hell is going on. And if you don't believe me that he don't know what the hell is going on the TNT show, they actually had a whole segment talking about the Pistons, of which Shaq had to finagle his way into this conversation and act as if he knew what the fuck he was talking about.
I will be interested. You said something very interesting about Cade Cunningham. Great player now at this stage. He plays at his own pace. Anybody that can consistently play at their own pace and put up numbers, it's a great player. I like the way he's playing. I like what Chauncey's doing. Those guys play hard. My favorite player.
Oh, okay. He plays at his own pace. What the hell does that mean? What the hell does that mean? He plays at his own pace. If you play at your own pace, you're a good player. I love what who's doing? Who? Who? Chauncey? Does he mean Chauncey Billups? Chauncey Billups. He likes what Chauncey Billups is doing. Damn, Shaq. Chauncey Billups is not the coach of the Pistons. Chauncey Billups is not the head coach of the Detroit Pistons. Are you telling me that you could not have Googled this before you started speaking about this topic, knowing that you were going to discuss this topic on the show, and don't know that Chauncey Billups is not the coach of the Detroit Pistons? He's the coach of the Portland Trailblazers. The coach of the Detroit Pistons is JB Bickerstaff, who should be the coach of the year. Yes, even ahead of the dude in Cleveland, Kenny Atkinson. He should be the coach of the year. He had a team that was 14-68 last year, and they're 37-31 right now. Holy shit. This is who is talking to people on TNT about basketball.
On that team is Isaiah Stewart. Big body, hard guy, like to knock people out, push people
No, I can't
around.
let this go. Like who's doing it? You said Chauncey?
Chauncey's the coach, right?
Okay.
Portland. No.
That's embarrassing, man. You're laughing. It's a disgrace.
So, hey, you know, first of all, I don't watch Detroit. How about that, boo-boo? I don't watch them. So,
You don't watch Detroit, but then you just give a whole you just gave a whole explanation as to, mind you, post-game shows his Detroit Pistons. I don't even know whose logo that is now. They changed logos. So that's Washington. Detroit Pistons versus Washington. You did a post-game show and you have their game on the screen, and you're sitting here telling people, I don't watch Detroit. Well, did you just watch the game? You're talking about it, right? I guess not. Maybe you weren't watching the game. But I don't watch Detroit. I don't watch them. So what the fuck are you doing talking about them? Don't even say a word. Just shut the fuck up and say nothing.
That's crazy. Thinks that the most accurate response is, I don't even watch him. Who cares? I don't really watch him. We know you don't watch him. You see how easy it was for him to just bullshit his way through the first like 20, 30 seconds of this? If no one didn't correct him, or if he just said JB Bickerstaff instead of Chauncey Billups, then no one will really even know. But because he got called out because he doesn't know what the hell he's talking about, buzzwords in his resume or who he is as an athlete carried him through the entire conversation, even though he doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about and is openly telling you he doesn't watch the games. Hey, man, nothing wrong with the media, dog. There's nothing wrong with it. And in the process of doing so, with shitting on a team that he's now openly admitting he does not watch. Nothing wrong with the media, dog. Nothing. There's nothing wrong with the media. Oh my God. I can't believe you all believe that the media is the reason why the ratings are down. Yes, that's a part of it. The reason why the NBA is so dependent, or at least part of the reason why the NBA is so dependent on Curry, KD, LeBron, is because anytime we talk about anybody else, they're either ill-informed or they're just shitting on the product, if not both. So now you have to, I think his name is Matt Weiner, sit here, beg and plead this nigga to sit here and watch a team basically do his job.
A mistake.
For the
What
Trailblazers?
you freaking do?
I mean this sincerely. I think you would enjoy watching the Detroit Pistons.
I don't really get
They
to
play
watch them.
hard.
No,
Cade is phenomenal. Jalen Duren's your kind of big.
Love Cade. I love Isaiah Stewart.
Why do you have to do that? Why do you have to sit here and beg this man to watch, basically do his job?
He loves Isaiah Stewart. Isaiah Stewart is the only guy he knows in this team, apparently. Isaiah Stewart probably knows him because he wanted to scrap with LeBron or whoever. He likes to fight people. Isaiah Stewart plays 19 minutes a game. Isaiah Stewart averages 5.9 points and 5.6 rebounds per game. And you love Isaiah Stewart. Where you got Cade Cunningham's averaging almost 26 a game. Jaden Ivey's averaging 17.6. Malik Beasley's averaging 16.3. Tobias Harris is actually with the Detroit Pistons averaging 14. Jalen Duren's, the center, averaging 11.4 and 10.5 rebounds. And you're sitting here, you keep talking about Isaiah Stewart. Oh, okay. Yeah.
You're begging him to do his job, but it doesn't stop there. If that wasn't enough, of course, Shaq had to continue to just shit on the product even more. When Zion received his second triple-double in his career, this is what Shaq's response was.
You giving them props for that? I need more. Yeah, I need more. 20 ain't good. I need 26, 27. I demand from my franchise player you pay at the maximum. Don't be giving props for 20 points. Anybody can get 20 points now.
Can I be happy that he's playing?
Happy is good, but that's
Happy is good.
lower your voice when you talk about that. That's good, but that's not good enough.
So you want me to be like, not a triple double?
No,
It was a pretty good game.
Because you know what? In one sentence, you said the up and down Pelicans. I can't have that with my franchise player.
The reason why they're up and down, and I know you don't know this, let me go and explain to you. Let me do your job. The biggest reason why they're up and down is because of injuries. That's been the ongoing story with them. So the fact that they're back now, at least Zion is back now, they're not as up and down as they have been throughout the most of the season. And they're also playing a difficult part of their schedule. They just went on like a 3 or 4 game winning streak before this past couple of games where, again, they were looking a little bit better than what they have recently. But the biggest reason why is because they just haven't been available. And I saw many people like try to defend Shaq, and I promise you all, the nigga's not giving you a signed autograph. He's not giving you a jersey. So please just take it out for a second. Please just take it out. But I actually want to do my due diligence and figure out why exactly did Zion only have 22 points. Telling Zion he can't have 22 points is ridiculous. I believe, and let's see if I'm right, I believe the reason why he only had 22 points because as of late, he's putting up like 25, 26 points while on limited minutes. But part of the reason why he only has like 20, 22-point games from time to time is because they keep doubling him. He's actually the most double player in the NBA by a very wide margin over the past damn near 10 years right now, right? So I want to see the
Okay, I'm not worried about all this stuff. What I will point out to you is that Zion Williamson in this particular game took 13 shots. He was 8 of 13 for 22 points, 12 assists, and 10 rebounds. They won the game over the Clippers, 127-120. He took 13 shots. He shot 61% from the field in this game. That's what you know. That's what's known as being completely and very efficient. And this is my problem with stupid statements like this. It's real easy to say something when you're 7'1" and 340 pounds and just bigger than everybody. Zion Williamson plays a different type of basketball. He's number one. He's 6'6". He's a small power forward who bases his entire game on explosion and being and having bursts, which is also why he's been hurt, which is also why he needed to lose weight. All these things play a role. He's been injured. He's only played like 28 games this year, I think it is. As of right now, he's only played in, let's see, he's played 28 games. They're 18-50, so he's missed 40 games. That's not good, obviously. It's a bad situation. But I mean, 27, 28. What does that mean? What does that mean? The man is averaging 24-2 a game for when he does play. Had a triple-double. They won. He was efficient. But yeah, he stunk. Yeah, he stunk. Fucking stupid.
Easy assist real quick because I fear that the reason why there goes the double team right here is shading over. Okay, so wanting him to score on 2 players not going to happen. Amazing passer from Zion as well, much improved passer. Not going to get that type of analysis from a show, even though this is something that he's supposed to be doing. Transition, so not the double team, get the ball, attack, shown on the drive. All right, that's not too much of a double team, but multiple bodies being thrown at him. Drive, collapse, 3 players surrounding.
He got 3 dudes on him.
But you want him to score more points. Okay. Screen, gets the switch in the post, probably going to receive the double.
Kick right back out, wide open guy.
Off, open 3.
Boom,
okay,
swish.
So, we're not going to score through that. Horns, get the screen, another screen, collapses, 3 players on him, swing over, of course. Let's see, what else? Drive, Zubac doesn't really rotate over, easy look. Like, anybody sitting here saying that you demand more out of him as if like he had a bad game, be very mindful that they end up winning this game as well, which is even crazier. It shaded a little bit, but nothing too crazy there. Zion again, as he drawing 2 people, passes to somebody who's open. So as I thought, a good portion of these assists that he recorded throughout this game is simply because the brother sees multiple bodies several different times throughout the game, and that's only through his assists. I'm pretty sure he saw more bodies even in that game than I even showed you. So to sit here and say that you demand more out of someone who's giving you 22 points in a triple-double is crazy because you're not even watching the game to understand how the defense is guarding them. He played fine. They won the game. They beat the Clippers. It was a great game. You sitting here shitting on a product that you're not even watching. You're openly admitting that you don't watch these teams anyway. So how can you even come with assessments about what's going on? But be very mindful. Literally a week and a half ago when we were having this conversation, you had multiple people on other networks talking about, oh my God, TNT, the inside the NBA crew, they're hurting the game. Yes, they are hurting the game.
I'm gonna leave it at that. Great video. I will link this in the bio of the description of this video. It's a great video. There's another 15 minutes of it. But I just want to say a few final words on this thing. It hits on so many different aspects, of which I think a lot of these guys are guilty of. Shaq is in your face guilty of it. Charles Barkley's also very guilty of it. But Charles Barkley's never come across as someone serious. Shaq tries to act like he's serious. Shaq tries to act like he actually knows basketball, when in fact he doesn't know dick about basketball. His basketball IQ is probably this. The only guy on that stage that actually watches basketball and seems to know who the heck he's watching and knows what he's watching is Kenny Smith. They have to have one guy that has some level of a brain up there, because you got two other guys who are complete buffoons. I enjoy Charles Barkley and his entertainment factor. I've never cared for Shaq being up on that stage. I've never cared for it. I could have been good with Ernie Johnson, Charles Barkley, and Kenny Smith for perpetuity. To watch Shaq up there just bugs me. It's not enjoyable. He's always been a big ass bully, and he acts like a bully when he's on that stage as well. He doesn't know what he's talking about. Do I enjoy today's NBA? No, I do not. I don't enjoy today's NBA. I think it's way too much three-point shooting. I don't think the players are as good as you think they are. Genuinely, that's just my opinion. We've lost a lot of parts of the game that we don't have anymore. Like, there's no one that actually has a real good post game. No one knows how to post anymore. Nobody. It's actually kind of embarrassing. It's driving kick, driving kick, driving kick, driving kick, three, 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 three. And most of these dudes can't even shoot. Most of these dudes cannot shoot the ball. They need to be wide open to take jump shots. All that said, I love the video. I love the fact that he pointed out what we all know, what we all believed at the very least. And like I said, I think there's a lot of guys who are guilty of the same thing. I don't think that Stephen A. Smith watches as much basketball as he claims to watch, or he watches the same five teams. He watches the Lakers, the Warriors, the Celtics, and now he watches the Cavs. Like, it's fun, and the Thunder and the Nuggets. It's like he also now finds the way to. They all find a way now to degrade the Cavs. How can you dismiss the Cavs and say that the Cavs are not a contender to win the championship? I've actually heard these guys act like the Cavs aren't contenders. The Cavs are 56-11. 56-11. Just for point of example, the Celtics were 64-18 last year. The Cavs are likely going to finish with a better record than the Celtics did last year, and the Celtics won the championship. And they may finish with close to 64-18. I would venture to guess that the Cavs probably finish 66-16 or 67-15. They're going to finish with a better record than the Celtics, and all you can get from these guys now is that, oh, well, they're young, they'll wilt. I don't know. And then you get the same thing with Oklahoma City, who's 56-12, who's also going to finish with probably 64, 65 wins. But they'll find every which way to these teams. Now, my opinion is that Golden State is a team to watch because of the move they made for Jimmy Butler. I believe that. And I think there would be a very, very tough matchup for anybody because of they're playing at a different level right now. The Lakers are now injured. You know, the Nuggets are very inconsistent, in my opinion. But you have the Rockets right now sitting as a 2 seed at 43-25. Are you talking about them? No, you're not. You're not. You talk about the same 5, 6, 7 teams all year long, and then you wonder why people don't care about the game anymore. It's hard to care about the game when all you put are the same teams on television. And every single morning on the hot take debate shows, you talk about the same 3 people. Like, can you leave LeBron James alone for a week and not talk about him? God forbid you don't talk about LeBron for a week. You might lose your minds. But this video is spot on. These guys don't watch the game, and they're paid millions to do it. It's kind of embarrassing. I'm not paid millions to do what I do. But I tell you this, I probably watched this year. I haven't. I'll be real. It's hard to watch the Miami Heat this year. It's kind of depressing. But I watched damn near every Miami Heat game last year, whether I was in the build. I wasn't in the building because I was having a baby. My wife was having a baby. But I watched damn near every game last year. Year before that, oh my God. I didn't miss a Heat game. Didn't miss one. Yankees. I'm a Yankees baseball fan. I watched damn near every Yankees baseball game. You should watch these teams. Actually know what the hell you're talking about. But I'm not paid to watch them. I do because I love it. These guys are paid millions and they don't love it. They look at this shit as a headache of a job that they don't really want. That they get paid to talk about 5 teams. And they don't even know those teams out that well either. But apparently Chauncey Billups is the coach of the Detroit Pistons because Chauncey Billups kicked Shaq's ass in 2004 in the NBA Finals. That's all I got. You let me know your thoughts in the comments. This is Rudy's Rant, Full Court Press. Let me know your thoughts. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment. I appreciate y'all. Again, Rudy's Rant, Facts or Feelings. Come on now.